And you guys thought you were rid of me already. uh, we didn't do anything after dinner, so I had time to pour another painting, and I had a lot of paint left over, so why not? Before I get started, I totally neglected to mention in the Tucson video my pouring medium, and it was basically straight GAC or GAC800, no water, no anything, and I went through a lot of it because when you don't use water or any other additives, you need a lot. I recommend staying away from heavy body because it really will deplete your supply of GAC800 really quick because it's thick. So stick to the regular pouring mediums or the soft body stuff. So it's this stuff. It's the bomb. I'll probably tinker with my pouring medium recipe again, but right now I'm on a GAC800 kick and only that. So I thought I would do another pour on a 12 by 12 canvas, and I'll talk about, I have mostly the same colors. I think just one new color, and I wanted to show you what I do with the canvas. Since I'm going to paint on this little 12 by 12, this is an ampersand hardwood pre-gessoed canvas. I taped my sides, and you can see I left a little bit of a lip so that it'll pour over some, but it's pretty taped on the sides. I'm only going to do the top, and I'll let it go over the sides to cover that lip. And then when it's cured, I'll lift that off, see if anything has seeped through. I won't worry about that right away, and then what I'll do is retape it before I resin it. And if you do this method, I found that there's no difference between the blue painter's tape or frog's tape. Like, I think the whole frog's tape thing is frankly a myth. That's just my personal preference and opinion because I can never tell a difference. And as long as I take something like a putty knife here, put the tape down, and then I do this a couple times to make sure it's really sealed, I've had great luck. Like, there's hardly any bleed through at all, and if there is, usually what I'll do is just lightly sand it at the end. So I'm gonna tape it up so that hopefully, you know, fingers crossed, this is a decent pour, and I resin it, that I'll either leave the wood natural, or sometimes I'll take some mini wax stain and stain the sides like a nice corresponding color. So just my little tip about canvases and whatnot. So let me put this away and put this down here and get down on the canvas. I apologize for the mess I haven't cleaned up from a couple hours ago, because here I am again. Is there anything else I forgot to talk about? I think that was it. Okay. I'll repeat the colors too, for those who haven't seen the video, the Tucson video. So colors for tonight, let me see. I was killing off paints. This one's not quite dense. The first one is golden, the teal. I have a little bit left over from the previous pour. This is yellow ochre. I threw away the thing of paint because it was empty, but this is Winsor & Newton. And then I have red oxide. This is Winsor & Newton. This one's dead now too, the Professional series. I have, let me check that. I have from PBO, this is Venice Red, which is this color here. It helps to see it in a cup, doesn't it? And this is also empty. Is this one empty? Let me check a second before I throw it away. Oh yeah, that's empty. And then from the previous pour left over, I have muted turquoise. This one took up a lot of GAC because it's heavy body. But I love the color so much, and I didn't have anything comparable, so that's what I'm using. And then my other favorite blue, Dark blue is number 308, the indigo blue, and this is Senlier, which I get at Dick Blick's. I haven't seen this brand in Hobby Lobby or AC Moore or Michael's or any of those places. It's you have to go to an art store to get that brand. I think it's on Amazon, but it costs a pretty penny. And then what else? 1, 2, 3. And then muted turquoise. And then I have, threw away, oh no, I still have the container, the Master's Touch, the Hobby Lobby brand. This is Lake Blue. I have a little bit of that left. And then finally, I ran out of, what's this called? Naples Yellow. I ran out of Naples Yellow. So I'm using my least favorite color of yellow of all time. And this is the last of it. So I'm so happy to be rid of it. It's like, usually I like all colors, but this one we just don't get along. So this is Yellow Orange Azo. And I've used them in previous paintings. It always takes over. I don't know. I just don't like it. And so there's only this little bit left, so I'm gonna kill it off. So that's all the colors with, of course, some titanium white. I'm just gonna do everything in one big cup. I'm out of the clear one, so I'm forced to use a red solo cup. And layer these and just do one big flip cup on the canvas. I'm gonna fill this up actually probably 3/4, 2/3 to 3/4. So I have a bit of tea white left over from the last. I said in my last video I had planned to do a much bigger pour before I decided to pour over that other canvas. So, and you can't let paint go to waste. And I'm not one to say paint in canisters. I have some, I do it sometimes, but if I make it, I like to use it, and I like to make fresh every time. I'm not one to do the whole squeeze bottle thing because I'm essentially lazy. What can I say? I have 3 drops of the Spot On Treadmill silicone that you can't even see because it's very, well, it's well loved. Well, that's what we'll say. It's the well loved. All right, I'm just gonna get started layering, and we'll see. I have no expectations that this second pour with the same color palette will turn out like the Tucson. I've been doing this long enough to know that that's not gonna happen. But we'll see what does happen. I'm also on this kick too lately. Sometimes I alternate transparent colors with opaque colors just to get the transparent colors to rise through the opaque and make multicolored cells. Sometimes I alternate colors based on the color palette between light and dark. And right now, for the last painting, this painting, I don't know if you noticed, but I'll tell you what I'm doing now is I'm pairing. So if I have 2 colors that are the light and dark version, they're going in being layered together. I don't know why I'm doing this. I just thought it would be fun and kind of interesting, and let's see what happens. You know, part of the whole mad scientist experiment with this art form. So do that. My outlier is the teal color because I don't have a corresponding, you know, aqua green or anything. So go. I only have a little bit of the ochre left. Ochre is such a nice complement to the red oxide. And then, God, do I want to use this color or not? I don't think I put silicone in this one. I'm gonna put a drop in because I don't think I did. It might help if I open it. Alright, give that a light stir. Phew. Alright, some blues. There's my blues. Put a layer white, start over. Holy cow, I think I'm still gonna have paint left over after this. If I do, I'll just off camera do a little 6x6 on a gesso board or something. I'll have a whole bunch of paintings with the same palette. That's okay. Try to save the yellow ochre for one more layer. A little tiny bit left. Ooh, saved. Splooged my cup. You see what I did? I dropped it. And let's go with the lake blue. And this time, I'm gonna pour my puddle, or flip cut my puddle. I'm gonna stretch it just a tiny bit, but I'm not gonna tilt all the way, and then I'm gonna torch. Because last time, I totally forgot to torch. So, see if I can remember this time. Since when I get back to New York in a couple weeks, and I have the apartment to myself, I was toying with the idea that maybe I do a live pour. I'm not real sure how that works. What do I do? Just like announce it somewhere on the acrylic pouring page? Like, hey everybody? I don't know. I'll be really self-conscious. But it might be fun though, because then I could get some instant feedback. Like, should I do this? Should I do that? And you guys could tell me or ask questions and whatnot. Might be fun, right? I don't know. It seems like a lot of paint. I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna kill off this yellow ochre color. I think it's a better shade than that yellow orange azo that I have. Let's not put any more of that in. Let's just go with this. Kill that off, good. And then what colors do I want a little bit more of? A little bit of the muted turquoise. And let's do the aqua. I will, I'm gonna have enough, just enough in my cups for something little. All right. I was debating if I should put some more white on top, but I think I'm good. All right, 1, 2, 3, go. Let that sit a second, put on some gloves. I have been making use, I think I mentioned this before a long time ago in another video, but I have been making use of my color wheel. It's kind of how I came up with this color scheme tonight. If you don't have one of these guys, man, get one. It tells you what's complementary, what's not. It gives you directional arrows so you can point it. I liked it because I can take it and know that I can use my red orange with my red oxide, and there's 2 shades in between, so you still see them without getting without money. They're not that close to each other. Very, very handy, cheap. Pick one up at Michael's. Worth the money. Especially when you're like drawing a blank on what colors to use. Alright. Here goes nothing. I'm gonna take this and just pour it down here. Out for courage. Alright. Don't forget to torch. Don't forget to torch. Just gonna let the puddle spread a second. Let it do its thing. This is paint left over in a cup from the Tucson pour, but that was a lot of red oxide there, so I'm throwing that stripe in there. Alright, doesn't seem to be moving much. Just gonna make it a little bit bigger. Alright, let's give it a torch first. The thing with GAC is you need to torch it first, because if you do it later, the cells tend to remain small, so you have to torch it first so you can stretch them out, and they're pretty good about retaining their shape. The problem I have with that is I like to torch selectively and decide after I see the background. And you can't do that with this because there's really no background to speak of. You don't know what it's going to look like yet, so you're torching blindly. So I think that's my issue with this. We'll see what happens. Torch high, pop bubbles. Alright, well, I guess I just gotta kind of go for it, right? Because there's no way of knowing what it's gonna look like after you tilt. That's a lot of cells. All right, let's give it a tilt and see what happens. What do I like? What do I don't like? I really like that, but I know I'm gonna lose it because it's just there's not enough of it. So I'll try though. Let's see what happens with these cells. Let's go off this end first, up here. Come down. I'm trying to save. I'm stopping to talk so you know, like, excuse me, so you know why I'm tilting the way I am is because right now, to me, the best thing of this puddle is the orange with the blue background. So like, I'm desperate to save that more than anything. So it's a matter of like wiggling this off and still saving that bit. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna say all that and then like just pour it off, you know it, right? Because it's kind of hard. Closer, stop, come back. If I can come back, wiggle it down without losing the cells. This is nerve-wracking, oh my God. There goes the teal, which I knew was gonna happen. Oh, I forgot, I don't have to worry about the sides, right? Because they're taped, that's good. This way, and then come down this way. I'm glad I didn't put a lot of that yellow orange azo. Can you tell I really don't like that color? It did make some for those bright cells near the blue background, but I'm glad I didn't put a lot of it into the painting. All right. I'm gonna go up toward you guys a second. I'm trying to stretch out this middle bit right here. If the cells start to go wonky though, I'll stop, but there seems to be enough paint on the canvas. My nose is all stuffy. I have a frog in my throat. I'm worried that I'm getting sick. Oh no, don't lose my blue. Cells are getting stretched. Let me come back. Well. I love this stripey bit right here where I added that stripe to break up the red oxide. That's pretty funny. I'm just staring. Just checking it out. I wish it had more background. It's awfully silly for me, for my taste. It's okay. That's what I think of it. It's fine. Take off these gloves a second, and I saw a spot I did want to torch up here. See if anything happens. Some little cells just to break up that red oxide's pretty powerful. Maybe break up these stripes. If it had more stripes in it, I'd leave it, but that looks kind of weird with just that little bit. See if anything happens. Probably not. It's like, yeah, lady, if you're gonna insult me, I'm not gonna do anything. And yep. So now we're just getting little baby cells. Look at it some more. I feel like it's off balance, like the composition is just off balance somehow. Like I got this big section here. You know what it is? It's just a lot of cells, but this big section here, these big boys, and then this little part. My favorite part is this. This is really pretty, but they're really, really crowded together. And I really don't like that part. So I'm gonna put on some gloves. I'm gonna tilt a little bit this way. I'd rather have the big guys than that clumping. Bit of clump. Oh, yay! Oh, awesome! So I bought a pack of these at Home Depot. The latex disposable glove, and I usually buy them at grocery stores. And these fit man hands. And I'm down to the last one, and they're gone, and I'm very happy about that because they're just too big for me. And I can go back to my lady gloves. So let me put on one lady glove and one man glove. I don't know. This would have been a good pour for a live video because you guys could all give me feedback on what to do, right? So let me go. Get off. Let me go this way. Ever so much. Are you going off? That's a little better. Those are still gigantic. Let me come back. And I'm going to go this way a little bit to get rid of that, just a little. And then tilt back. I don't know if that helped or hindered. I'm not real sure. Look how much those grew, the little guys. I think that helped over there. It's not as big. Let's spread out a little bit more. It looks like a big clump, but there's like a zillion cells. They're all just smooshed together. They're all like, I don't know. It's like 8 kids on the same bed under the blanket or something. All right, I'm calling it done because I don't know what else I could do to it. It's fine. It's not my preference. It's certainly not Tucson. But hey, it was fun. Somebody will like it, I hope. It's very colorful. And I'll sit on it for an hour and decide if it's a keeper or not. Maybe I'll post it and ask if it's a keeper. And you guys can tell me. Again, thanks for watching. Let me get the camera down. It's nighttime, so apologies in advance for the glare. It was nice painting in the afternoon earlier. So, let's see. Where is it? Where's the damn painting? There it is. Come over on this side. See, does that help any? With the glare, stupid glare. That's what she looks like. There's that stripe. This one corner's kind of nice. And then I come up high. Actually, you can't see because of the light. Hold on. Let's see, did that help any? Moving the light. Yeah, see, it's hard to do close-ups at nighttime. There's no overhead light in this room. It's just the lamp, so best I can do. All right. Where am I? There I am. Thanks for watching again. See you next time.